Hi everyone, today we're looking at the story of Cain and Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep and Cain a tiller of the ground. In the course of time, Cain brought to Yahweh an offering of the fruit of the ground, and Abel, for his part, brought the firstlings of his flock, their fat portions. And Yahweh had regard for Abel and his offering, but for Cain and his offering he had no regard. So Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. Yahweh said to Cain, "Why are you angry, and why is your countenance fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is lurking at your door, and its desires for you, but you must master it." And Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out into the field." And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel and killed him. Then Yahweh said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" He said, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" And Yahweh said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground." Now, the first question I want us to think about in this story is, why do Cain and Abel offer sacrifices? It's not demanded by God, it's not asked for, there's no law to tell them they need to do this. I think this is a clue that sacrifice is actually a human method for pleasing or appeasing the gods. Right? We know that because all ancient cultures did it, not just Israel. And so we can think ahead to what the prophets say, and Jesus repeats, that God desires mercy, not sacrifice. See, it's the human desire, the idea that we need to make sacrifices to God, that creates tension amongst us. There's no explanation, though, in the story for why God accepts Abel's sacrifice but not Cain's. There's plenty of explanations about, he didn't give his best and this sort of thing, but it doesn't actually say that. One commentator said the traditional interpretation like that is too hard on Cain and too easy on God. But the focus is less on why, and it's really about how Cain is going to respond. Because despite God's encouragement to do well, Cain chooses murder. But the implication is that sin can be resisted. Cain just refuses to do it. And so we have another similar scene to what we saw in Genesis 3. God asks questions that God probably knows the answer to, because he's trying to get honesty. He's trying to get a confession and work towards healing. But Cain is dismissive, he lies, and even then, God still provides grace. And so we have the mark of Cain. We don't know what it is. There's the racist lie that was dark-skinned, but that's obviously not true. Whatever it is, it's a mark of protection. And so our religion, our sacrifices, whatever we do to think that we have to please God somehow, what it ends up doing is creating division between humanity's siblings. What does the God that this is supposed to point to actually want? Well, he calls for reconciliation and offers grace even when we won't. So, if we're going to worship this God today, if we're going to imitate this God today, what's that going to look like?